Hi, and a really warm welcome to this podcast. David Marshall here from the Conscious Creation Academy.com. And today we're talking about what really my biggest failure with conscious creation, how I lost all of my money, quite literally, and the two big mistakes that really led up to that very stressful period. Thankfully, I'm over it now. So these are mistakes I'm hoping you won't make. They're common to many people and they apply to every part of your life. So let's get into the podcast so that you can avoid the stress and the pain of struggling in your life. Okay, so let's get into the podcast. So, what happened? Well, I was running a healing center. Now, and if you know anything about me, I had my first out of body experience at the age of 3. And so I've known for a very long time that this is not a physical environment, that my consciousness was not wholly connected to my body. And then over the years of being a healer and doing all those things, discovering conscious creation and channeling and all that kind of stuff, I really made a huge mistake in one particular area of my life. But it's a mistake, really two mistakes that I want to go over today. So what happened is I had a healing center. It was one of the first in the UK. I started it in 1996, 1997, and I was teaching healing, spirituality. I was also teaching law of attraction and conscious creation all the way back then. And what I thought was that this phrase "spirit will provide," that's something that kind of people told me, and a particular teacher I was exploring things with said, spirit will provide. And so I kind of latched onto that, and I began a journey of being in business for 10 years and having this healing center and the therapy center. And bit by bit, then over time, things really started to go wrong. And because I was in denial, because I was saying spirit will provide, and I kept saying that, I was kind of, I was just convinced somewhere inside that spirit will provide the money as we go, because we're doing a good thing. We're helping people, we're doing healing and all that kind of stuff. And ultimately, that led to me literally losing all of my money completely. And it completely transformed my life. It was the biggest lesson. I lost absolutely everything because that came to a grinding halt at a certain point about 10, 11 years into that adventure of running the healing center. The money ran out, the debts had been stacked up, and essentially I was out. I was completely out of money and out of cash. And so what were the two mistakes? Well, the first mistake was that I was kind of playing the affirmation game. I wasn't really digging deep into my beliefs about money or about abundance or about self-worth. I was just hoping, latching on to this affirmation that spirit will provide, and actually denying the reality that I was seeing. So I knew that we were struggling. I knew that things weren't working financially. And yet, instead of going inside and really going deep within myself and actually trying to understand what's going on, why am I getting this reflection about money and abundance in my life, I didn't. I just said spirit will provide, and it was fatal, financially fatal. So the lesson there is that if you're looking out into your life, remember your life's a reflection of your consciousness, not spirit's consciousness. You are the spirit that is creating the reality. So fundamentally, the mistake was that I didn't take full responsibility for my reality. I put it out there to spirit and said, well, spirit will provide. I don't have to get involved. I'm a spiritual person. I'm doing good things. I didn't embrace deep enough the understanding that it's me. I am the one that creates my own reality. And there was obviously a core belief within myself that actually was causing problems with finances, not with health, not with relationships, but particularly with finances. And when I go back now and think about why that happened, I can completely understand the issues around finances based on my history, or the story I tell myself about my history of myself in childhood. So the lesson for you is look out into your reality and be totally honest with it. If something's not going well, don't just create an affirmation and say, well, spirit will provide or it'll sort itself out. If consistently an area of your life is not working, you're consistently broke, you consistently don't have friends, you consistently are ill, You don't, whatever it would be, if there's a theme, then you must take full responsibility for that. And my advice to you is take a piece of paper and write down all your beliefs about that subject, about your self worth, about money, about your body, whatever it would be. Because fundamentally, the lesson in this reality is that you create your own reality. And when I was going, spirit will provide, I was not taking responsibility. I was putting it one step away. Now, it is, of course, that there are structures, there is help, there is energy and consciousness beyond the five senses that organizes the reflections that we get. Okay, so the bank balance I had and all that wasn't working, that is not created by me consciously, a bit like I don't know how I breathe, and yet I do. And so you don't have to understand how it's created. What you have to do is take responsibility for its creation, go inside and begin to take the journey to understand what's causing that problem within your own reality. And the second lesson is really focus on removing your limiting beliefs. We all have them, but we all have, the more you work on this, the less you have, obviously, damaging, limiting beliefs. And a lot of those are core beliefs. Core beliefs about self worth is a huge one for people. Core beliefs about whether we deserve to be abundant, core beliefs about whether we deserve to be loved. All these things play a part. And the thing that's actually really running your life experience is your core beliefs. Above and beyond that, of course, we're in a reality. We've got a backdrop of physical reality, and it looks solid and real, and all those types of things. We know that that's an illusion. It's all energy, nothing solid, and it's mostly space. It's a dream. As my book says, it's a dream we call Earth. It's created within your own consciousness. Now, if you do not venture inside and really explore your own beliefs, your core beliefs, then your life will simply remain the same. Actually, what your life will tend to happen is things will get worse. Belief systems tend to kind of implode on themselves. So if you think about the law of attraction doesn't happen out there in reality somewhere. It happens in your mind. That's where your thoughts are attracted to each other. So if I think of a table, I'm going to think of a chair. I think of a chair, I'm going to think of a knife. I think of a knife, I'm going to think of a fork, and therefore you can translate that if I think I'm unworthy, I'm going to come up with beliefs and situations to prove that. And then those will just compound on themselves. So the law of attraction doesn't happen externally, it happens in your mind. And that's where you've got to put the pieces together that are then reflected into physical reality. Okay, so your imagination, what you believe is possible, your limiting beliefs, your great beliefs, your emotions, they're all translated symbolically into physical reality, your personal reality. So the biggest mistake I made is I didn't take it seriously enough. I didn't take full responsibility for the events. I ended up losing everything financially, literally everything. And it was not a pleasant experience, but we learn lessons, and I want you to learn the lesson from me so that you don't have to go through. So take an honest look at your life, look at your health, your wealth, your relationships. There are only 3 or 4 areas to look at: health, wealth, relationships. What else is there? Self-awareness. And you've only got to change and manage one mind, which is yours. That's the challenge. And also, that's the relief. You don't have to think about other people's minds, just focus on your beliefs. That's what makes the difference. So I hope that is useful for you. Really focus on your beliefs. They will ruin you or they will help you with your belief, make things amazing for you. And for me, they absolutely financially ruined me, my limiting beliefs about money. So if you do want to get through those limiting beliefs and you want a bit of help with that, I'll put a link below, and there's something you can go and have a look at. I studied hypnotherapy and learned neuro-linguistic programming to help me understand how I can change my beliefs. And there's a link below and an offer for you there if you think you're struggling with your beliefs. And the fact is, everyone does to some degree or another. And so you've really got to focus into those and learn to change them. That's it. Have a great day. Please go to theconsciouscreationacademy.com, download my free book, The Dream We Call Earth, and click the link below Also, go through and check out the training on beliefs so that you never have to struggle in the way that I did. That's it, guys. Have a great day. Look out for the new podcast. If you're on places where you can subscribe or give some kind of review, please do. It all helps share the positive ideas that we create our own reality, that love is the most powerful thing, and that you truly are much more powerful than you think, and that love is the key. And if we can harness all those things, then we can really create this world in an amazing place. That's it, guys. Take care.